So I went to the Apple Store the other day.
As you do.
I think it is one of the worst places on earth. It is most definitely the worst place to be in the mall.
That is.
And I think I would argue that it's one of the worst retail places that you can go to on this planet.
I'm super curious to hear this because I feel like I've always had positive experiences, but maybe it's because they've brainwashed me and I'd like to know why.
So here's the thing. You walk into the Apple Store and you cannot just go and buy something. So you go into the Apple Store and not only is it always packed with people.
It is always packed.
And it's like, how do you not already have an iPhone? Like,
but you need a new iPhone.
How do you still need to learn how to use it? We're on iPhone 28. Okay? Like
14. Yeah. Yes, I see your point.
we don't like okay. So that always confuses me and stresses me out. Like
Okay.
just the magnitude of people that are always in there, right?
Yes.
I went in there for a very specific purpose.
Okay.
I needed a new iPad for the airplane because my current iPad was too big for the spaces to where it would mount. So I just needed
My iPad was too big for my private plane.
No. My private plane is too small for my iPad.
I don't think that sounds a ton better, but yeah, carry on.
Yeah, that's somehow worse.
Yes, fine. Valid concern.
It's
There's
a small plane
Yes,
because the
yes,
iPad
yes.
is too big for it, right?
Right.
If it
It's
was
a 70-inch iPad. Yeah.
okay. So, anyways, I walked in there for the purpose of buying an iPad Mini.
Yes.
Right. And I walk in there, and immediately, every time I've been in there, whether it's to purchase something, return something, buy a case, whatever, right? I immediately feel judged.
By who?
All of the Apple Store personnel.
Really?
Yes. And I'm not saying that they are bad people. The customer service that I had the other day was totally fine. Like, this isn't a gripe about Apple Store employees. It's just a gripe about the ambiance that is created there, okay? In terms of this almost elitism attitude that exists among the people that are purchasing the products there and also the people that are selling the products. So
Okay.
I walk in, and he's like, hey, how can I help you today? And I'm like, oh, yeah, I'm here to buy an iPad Mini. And he's like, they're at that table. And I was like, oh, okay. Yeah, no, I know what one I want. How do I buy it? Go to that table. Okay. And then what do I do? He said, oh, I'm making a note of what you're wearing, and someone will be over to talk to you. And I was like, all right. So I go stand there.
What are you doing? Can't you just come with me? I already know what I want.
Correct, right? And they're all holstered with their iPhones and have the card readers and stuff,
Yeah.
and then their printer on the other.
Holstered with their
They're all right.
Yeah.
They're all holstered up, right? And they've got their receipt printer, almost like when you go to return a car at Hertz, right?
Yeah,
And they're
yeah,
like, do you
yeah.
want your receipt?
Yeah.
No. Okay. So he directs me over there, and I'm kind of like clicking around. It's like, oh, there's the purple one, and there's the gold one. And there's a guy that's helping this older couple, like, decide what iPad they want. Fine. And I'm just looking over to this pod of like 6 of them, right, that are just standing around, all holstered up. Right? And I'm like trying to make eye contact. I'm kind of just staring, and I'm like kind of moving around. And there's a guy to my left who's like by the AirPod section, right? The accessory section. And there's a sign that says like in-store pickup. So he's clearly the in-store pickup guy. And I'm like, hey, can I buy an iPad? And he's like, oh, someone will be over.
Yeah, so I'm in store pickup from online purchases only.
Right. And I'm like, okay, where is the desk? Like,
Right.
where is the place I could go check it? Like, where is anything, right?
Right.
I can't. Anyways, I understand that the products are high value.
Yeah,
I don't
you can't just
want,
like stack them on the
I
shelves.
understand
But, like have a little number. So like you pick a little like
This is the greatest technological consumer brand company on earth. You can't come up with a system that is electronic, right?
No.
Probably with facial recognition, and it knows your name and everything and blah, blah, blah. Anyways, so finally, after another like 4 or 5 minutes, right? This guy's like, I guess, I mean, you know what you want? And I'm like, yeah. And he's like, okay, well, what do you want? So I tell him, and he punches it in, and within 30 seconds, this like invisible wall opens, and this guy walks out, like with a halo and everything, right? Oh, yeah.
little smoke coming out of the
Here's
floor.
your iPad.
Yeah.
And I'm like, cool. Look at it. It's the wrong one. This is such a process. This is such a show, right? And you can't even get the goddamn right iPad. So, anyways, comes back, gets the right, and it was fine. And you walk out with your little bag and you check out to from where you were standing. And I understand that in theory, there's a lot of efficiency and benefit that exists there potentially. But like, you have to have. I still feel like there's a system that's missing.
There's a better system.
There's a better system that exists.
I'm with you because I've had experiences in the Apple Store where you go in. I think it's really just down to like how packed the store is.
No,
the store's quiet.
But
someone comes over. I always know what I want though, right? Like you and I go into the Apple Store, we're not perusing.
Right.
You can just buy on your phone and show up, right? Just show them the phone, be like, "Hey, I'm Alex. I bought this," and they just hand it.
Yeah, but maybe you were just in the mall and you're like, "Oh yeah, shoot, I need to buy an iPad." So
that was exactly what it was.
There you go. So you go in the store, you know exactly what you want. You go to the table and you stand there like with your hands in your pockets until somebody comes up. I've had it where the store's quiet; they're right there. You don't even leave the table. Somebody comes through the god door with the halo and brings you your thing. They swipe your holstered thing and off you go, and it's like great. But yeah, when it's busy, it is a nightmare sometimes.
Right.
To get that done. I agree with you that like the way they're laid out on the tables, and because it's the most technologically advanced company on earth, you think like consumer brand, you think you could just be like either like take a number and go to a line or line up for a register, or just like type in your name, what you want, pick it from a drop-down list of whatever's on that table.
McDonald's
and then
does
just
it.
go to the Yes, exactly. Something like that.
Yeah.
Like you go to the movies.
Tim Hortons does it.
Tim Hortons does a lot of things right. Let me tell you.
Yeah.
Timbits for the win.
So, anyways,
Oh my God, you're not even okay.
I know, but for like different reasons.
Yeah.
And then I come back to the fact where I just feel like everyone thinks they're better than you in the Apple Store.
I gotta be honest, man. I've never felt from Apple Store employees that they were super elitist. I get that people buying stuff sometimes have a bit of an attitude, but I feel like in my experience, Apple Store employees have always been like they're like the kind of people that work at Apple and like go to work in ripped T-shirts and cargo shorts and longboard to work and then play ping pong on their breaks. And
have
stuff.
you been to the Apple Store in Indianapolis?
I have many times.
Interesting.
Many times.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know.
Maybe I got a bad batch.
Maybe you got a bad batch.
He was fine. He was nice. Like he was fine.
It's
I didn't have a problem
the
with him.
environment. It's the way they do it.
Right.
I do.
You guys haven't been here since they built the new Apple Store at the Grove. It is a monstrosity.
So what I'm going to finish on is like I'm going to go to Best Buy from now on because
I'm with you. I'm just going to buy online because like I know what I want.
Right.
Yeah, but I'm impatient enough.
I needed it
you
that
were right.
day.
Yeah.
And like, but I'm just going to go to Best Buy because same product, same price.
Yeah.
And it's in a store.
Right.
So you can go walk up and grab an iPad and then walk to the register and you don't have to talk to anyone. You don't have to see anyone. You don't have to do jack shit. You just go get the product that you want and you go to a register like a normal human being and swipe your credit card and give them all your money and you walk out.
Okay, I have a question on this.
Plus, it would be nice to keep Best Buy around.
Fair. I do like Best Buy.
A very important question on all this. Can I have your old iPad?
There it is.